Cole was the guy that obviously had a tough season a year ago. Comes in, really not sure maybe where he's going to end up to start the season. Now, lo and behold, he's out there in some pretty good real estate with some pretty good players. I know you've talked a little bit about what he can bring to that line, but is it also a little bit of an indication of just him putting in the work and being ready to go this season?
Yeah, so if we go back in time, last year, second year is a real thing. Like people, you come, and if you, I'm going to put my thoughts in order. Second year is a real thing. And if you think about a guy that's mature, for a young guy, it's Cole Sillinger. So he showed up at camp, great shape, ready to go. His mindset was, I need to make that team. He didn't take, there's no entitlement there. Then he got hurt. And then he missed a big chunk of training camp and took him some time. And if you miss the training camp, it takes some time to get ready to play the proper way. So it was a hard year for him, but I would say that it was a learning year for Cole. And any young players or anyone, as a matter of fact, if you're missing the training camp. And we're going to set a culture here of everything is earned. Every day you need to save your job or protect your job, protect your ice time, and we're going to try our best to keep that kind of culture. So moving in the future, he shows up at camp in real good shape, worked on his on a few little things that we wanted him to work, and camp is going well for him, and his results in the gym were really good. So need to reward those guys, but there's also a fit, right? We talked about the fit. Who's a good fit with Patty and Johnny, and Marchie is a good fit as well. But we think that Sillinger must be on a mission. He's going to the net. He's not asking questions. He's going to the net. So I think that's going to be a good fit for him. But we'll see. Like the lineup's going to be changing all the time. We like to keep the lines together, but it's not reality.
Different face, Nick Kotsnicka from NHL.com. I just want to ask you about Fantilli. I asked this mostly just to make sure my facts are right because I haven't been around. But, I mean, he's starting out third line role, second power play, correct? Like, what are your expectations for him from the outset, and what have you seen so far?
So I see it differently. I know when you look, we need to put the lines together, but the mindset that we're going to have is whoever is on the ice at that moment, that's our top line. The guy sitting on the bench, it doesn't matter where your name is on the chart, and he's in the third hole when you look at it, and it can move up, can move down, can be a healthy scratch, and that's true for everyone. But what we've seen so far is he's not a typical 18-year-old. Very mature, both mentally and physically, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. He fits the DNA of what we're looking to create for this team, for this organization. He's got skills. He can skate. He's a powerful skater, and his mindset was without any entitlement, but a lot of confidence. Not cocky whatsoever, but very confident about his ability and his future and where he fits here. So that's also has a value. So, he was obviously a high pick, and he deserves to be one.
What do you mean by chip on his shoulder? I don't want to read too much into it.
Yeah.
I just wonder what you mean.
He's got, when the game starts, he wants to play a physical game. He's not afraid to go in the battle. He's not afraid to go in the hard area. I guess, as an example, our last game, he got hit hard by a Washington player, and then he came back and scored a goal, but scoring a goal right in the middle where the traffic is pretty dense, and he could have got hit there too. So, and Oshie is a big, strong player. Like, it's not the first time he does it. It wasn't a dirty hit whatsoever, but he bounced back, and some guys that could have shaken them a little bit, he doesn't phase him away at all.
Is that something, that trait that he has, is that something you may have to talk to him about if he gets into like fights and that kind of thing? Or would
we're
you
not
like
talking about fights. I've never ever asked somebody to fight. That's always a player's choice. We don't want that.
prefer he not?
Well, no, we would. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but yeah, no, he wasn't drafted to be a fighter.
Switching gears with Marchenko, when you've had a whole off season to kind of look back at last season a little bit and what certain guys did. How impressive really was it what he was able to do? 21 goals and I think it was like 50 some odd games after coming up in December. How impressive was that, and what kind of expectations should we have?
It was impressive because going from a different league, coming here, I mean, the NHL, and we talked about this with our team, it's the best league in the world. Why is it the best league in the world? It's because it's the best players in the world. So he was able to do that against the best players in the world. But you've met Marchie, right? A few times. His personality is off the chart. Like, he's an amazing person. Like, he's a sunshine around the team. Like, he's smiling. He's asking questions. He loves hockey. He's just an amazing teammate and a guy we love coaching. When you combine that passion, and to me, when you talk about skills and talent, we're talking about skating and shooting and stick handling and all. This is a talent to me. This is a skill. Like, his ability to, the way he loves the game, his passion for the game, he's only going to get better. He's got a great work ethic. He's not shy at all to speak and say his mind and to question what we do. He does it in a very respectful way. We just love coaching the guy. But not surprised with the skill set, the size, the ability to shoot the puck, his desire to get better, consistently getting better. You see him if you watch post practices. We have to kick him off the ice. Like, he's... We're lucky to have him.
Pazzi, how cool was that to deliver the message to the group today about Danforth, guy who's kind of paid his dues all the way up here?
Well, he's not on the spotlight very often, right? And but he's a big piece. They're all very important to us. Obviously, everybody is important. Everybody matter. But that guy is just a quiet soldier. Does his job. As a coach, you don't have to worry about him. You know, he's consistent. He does his workouts. He shows up at camp ready. Missed a big chunk of the season last year. And when those guys get rewarded, I think it's sending the right message. I'm really, really happy for him. And you could tell on the ice how happy they are for him. They just can count on him. And when those guys are rewarded, it's a strong message.
Have you named alternate captains to go with Jenner yet?
Yeah, it's going to be announced today, right? Good try. I like it.